So hello again, everyone. For those of you who missed our opening or who don't know me yet, I'm Seth Chamberlain. I'm the Division Director of the Division of State and Territory TANF Management at the Office of Family Assistance. Anyway, I am responsible for the Healthy Marriage and Responsible Fatherhood programs, including guidance over this event, the contract that oversees this event, the National Responsible Fatherhood Clearinghouse, which I have to say did an incredible job. Just an incredible job. So I gotta say, wow, what an incredible 2 days. Hats off to all our presenters. I don't know about you, but I feel energized. I feel ready to serve dads even bigger and better than before. And speaking of bigger, man, this event left me hungry for even more. How many of you remember when Richard Barr started talking about a smorgasbord, right? He invited us to make our programs a smorgasbord of fatherhood, right? Or when Dr. Brown advised us, what's ever on our plate, that's what we're going to serve to our participants. It's deep. It's deep. But you know what? These 2 days haven't left me hangry, right? Not hangry. I feel focused, more focused than ever. From the start of our convening, I was reminded that our fathers are multidimensional and each one is unique, or as Dr. Brown said, a study of one. Dads are more than just financial providers and sports coaches for their kids. They offer stability and nurturing to their families. And they can provide soft places for our children to land, as well as our mothers do, as Harold, one of our dedication fathers, said. So I heard during these 2 days that to truly help fathers, we must first meet them where they are, or start where he is, right, social workers? Which means that employment or a job is not always the answer to their needs. Sometimes it's necessary for us to recognize that many fathers need to have other issues addressed, like meeting their basic needs, a meal, housing, some type of substance abuse intervention, etc. You know, I learned how much building an authentic connection with each dad, a genuine relationship, that's the building block for so much of their future success and our ability to serve them effectively. Researchers, experts on recruitment and retention, and all of you shared that fathers want to be connected. And they don't want to be just connected to us, they desperately want to be connected to their children. And during the pandemic, fathers took advantage of the opportunity for increased family time. There was a lot of talk over these past 2 days about a new hybrid approach to providing services, which includes a healthy mix of virtual and in-person services. But more than anything I learned, the tribute to Hal Sullivan reminded me of the lives that can really change if we focus ourselves and we remain hungry. We're nearing the end. We all know what the buffalo said to his kid when he went away to college, right? He said, "Bye, son," right? This isn't goodbye. This is see you again. Let me reiterate, these 2 days were just the beginning of these critical conversations. All these sessions from this event will be posted on fatherhood.gov along with their corresponding resources by the end of the month. And a group for each respective session has been created in the virtual collaborative community. I hope you've logged on. I'm there. I'd love to see you there. I strongly encourage you to join as we continue to learn, work, and serve during these changing times when father involvement is more critical than ever. See you again on this path to better service and stronger fathers and families. I'll hand it off again to Kenny to close us out. Kenny, great conference, great event. Well done, well done.
Thank you so much, Seth. We could not have done this without the guidance of both you and Jackie. And I wanted to make sure that we thank the two of you for giving us the space to be able to be who we are in this responsible fatherhood field. It was so awesome to see so many of my friends. I remember, it was it's so difficult to be informal or to be formal with doctors Boucher and doctors Brown and doctors this and doctors that, because I grew up in this space with many of them. And so to me, they're just Stacy and Joe and Richard and James, and David and the list goes on and on and on. And so when we talked about earlier about this being a community of family, a community of friends, community of like minds, we're serious about that. And I think that this work is going to take that for us to continue to move forward. I often tell people that this is not hard work, HARD. This is heart work, HEART. If your heart isn't in it, it's going to be difficult to deal with the dads that we serve and the families that love them. And so I ask you, as you continue to do the work that you're going to do after this conference and moving forward, that you continue to keep your heart in this work. There are three things I want to quickly just roll back on that touch me. One of them was uh, Dr. AB talked about the backpack and talk about being mindful of the things that we carry around with us, not only as dads, but what we carry around with us as practitioners. Joe just talked about this, being able to recognize, understand, and navigate through the various levels of trauma that we all have as a result of our lived lives. Like, I often hear this term, one morning I got up and life happened, right? And so that's the issue with many of our dads. On a morning that they woke up, or on many mornings that they wake up, life happens. And we have to be there to help them navigate the trauma that is within their backpacks and assist them and support them in being able to manage that and not be overwhelmed. The second thing I remember I want to bring to your attention is what Joe and Stacy was just talking about as it relates to man up. And so I'm being mindful of how we speak to our dads and how we bring our trauma to the table, and how at many times we can re-traumatize the dads that we're trying to help. And then the last thing I want to bring up is something that Nigel pointed out yesterday, and that's the fact that both the words listen and silent is formed with the same letters. And so listening more than you're speaking, absorbing more than you impressing, being poured into more than you're pouring into, right? And so keeping that in mind, that listening is probably the best tool you're going to have in doing this work of responsible fatherhood. Again, I thank each and every one of you. I want to thank Shani and Dr. Boucher and our team at the NRFC, Patrick, James, Eugene, Nigel, who helped moderate panels today, to all of the awesome speakers, all of the awesome panelists. You guys are rock stars in this space, as well as our logistics coordinator, MSG. Thank you so much for being patient, and thank you so much for putting on what is an excellent, excellent production of the work that we do. And we're looking to do more and more of this. I want to remind you that we want your feedback. We need your feedback for future events and for future NRFC products. You're going to be receiving an email from us from the NRFC help desk, and it's going to have 2 survey links in it. It's only going to take a few minutes for you to fill out each of those surveys, but your feedback is extremely important to us, and we want you to take time to do that, because we move at the speed of you. I say that again. We move at the speed of you. And so whatever your needs are out there in this space, the National Responsible Fatherhood Clearinghouse is here and ready to figure out the solutions, figure out the challenges, figure out the struggles, and identify the resources that's going to help you to be the best fatherhood advocates you can be for the dads and the families that they love. And so now we end and close this awesome 2-day event, and we close out with our last dedication PSA. Take care.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm going to take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men, take care of our home. build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
And with that, the NRFC 2021 virtual event has ended. You may now disconnect.